In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Aurora 88 Blue Mamba Fountain Pen. I'll go over the specs, I will do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. This is the Aurora 88 Blue Mamba Fountain Pen. And this, I believe, is the second in the quote-unquote Mamba series, the first one being the Black Mamba. And the retail price for this is $895, with a street price around $800. And compared to the standard Aurora 88, that pen, I believe, retails for $595. So this is $300 more expensive than that pen. It's limited to 888 pieces, and it's quite a stunning looking pen. Now, I bought this pen from Atlas Stationers, no relation to them, but they had these at 50% off their regular price, so I think I paid around $400 for this. And at that price, it just looks so cool. And I know I love the Aurora 88, and I didn't have one currently in my collection. I decided to pick this one up. Let's walk through the pen. It is a torpedo shape. Now, they say that this is galoche, but of course this is plastic, it's resin. So it's a similar method, and it's supposed to be like the Mamba skin pattern there. It looks really nice. It adds some texture to the pen. You'll notice it is quite shiny. It does have a scaly look to it. I definitely like that. And then there are shiny ends on the pen without that galoche, so you can just see this sort of high polished dark blue color. All of the metal furniture is this matte blue color. It looks really good, and they even did the nib in that same color. Now, it doesn't match, I would say it doesn't match perfectly, but pretty close. It's a very single color pen. I really like that. I'm not normally a limited edition kind of person. This one really spoke to me though, so I went for it. It's really nice. And then on the grip section here, you can see 557. That's number 557 out of 888. You can see the ink window here, and it's just this nice matte material. I've been using this pen, I think I've had it for maybe 4 or 5 months now. I've been using it a lot, and I don't really see any issues with this matte finish marking up. It seems to be quite a durable finish, so I really like that. And then we have, of course, the beautiful 18 karat gold nib here in that matte blue color, and on the back it is a hand cut, well, I don't know if it's hand cut, it is a ebonite feed, and you can see the B on there because this is a broad nib. So really nice pen. It holds about, I think, 1 or 1.1 milliliter of ink. On the cap band, which I think I forgot to show you guys, it says Aurora in this kind of modern squarish font, and made in Italy because all Aurora pens are made in-house in Turin. So there we have that. Now let's do some measurements. In terms of the length, we're looking at about, I would say, 135 long. Uncapped, looking at about 130. Posted, this pen does post nicely. Looking at, I would say that's about 158-ish. And Aurora, they just do such a good job with their pens. They're always so comfortable. So about 10.1 at the narrowest, and at the widest, just before the threading, 11.8. So big grip section, long grip section. And then in terms of the weight, and I did recently refill this because I was writing and I ran out of ink, so about 21 grams. So not too heavy of a pen. Has a nice feel. It does, I would say there is a premium feel. This doesn't have a cheap feel to it. Uncapped, about 15 grams, and that's with it pretty full. These are really nice full-sized pens. Now we can compare it to some other pens, so I'll compare it with the Aurora Optima that I have here. And this is, you can see it's a little bit shorter, but the grip section and the nib are the same. So you're not really sacrificing any comfort by going with the Optima over the 88 and vice versa. They're really functionally just as comfortable, and some of the most comfortable pens out there, I think. This is it with the Talentum. which is a little bit bigger, a little bit more top heavy, but same nib. And then get rid of this. This is a standard Platinum 3776 in a translucent green color. I already forget what the green's called, but nice standard full-size pens, both of these. But notice how much longer the grip section is. These are really awesome. Okay, let's do the writing sample. So for the writing sample, I'm going to be using a Papermind Mitsubishi bank paper notebook. These notebooks are excellent for fountain pens, and for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. This is the Aurora Optima. No, this is the 88 Blue Mamba, and this is a broad, and this is Hiroshi Zuku Tsuki-yo. Is that how you spell that? I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah. Get some fast writing. Okay. So this nib writes really nicely. For a broad, I would say it's actually probably closer to a standard medium nib. It's not quite that wide. And there is that sort of signature Aurora feedback. It's not unpleasant. It's quite nice. It's kind of strange to see in a broad nib. Reverse writing, this can do it. It's actually relatively smooth, but the difference is pretty small. Overall, really nice, reliable pen, but definitely on the narrower side, I found. And it's not the wettest broad. I don't know if it's because the nib is colored like this. Sometimes that can cause a problem, but it writes smoothly, but it is on the drier side than I typically like for an Aurora nib. But performance-wise, really no issues with performance. It's very reliable, and I do enjoy using it, but I really do think of it more as a medium. So what are my pros and cons for the Aurora 88 Blue Mamba Fountain Pen? Well, the biggest pro for me is the looks. I really like the all blue design with the blue matte metal furniture. I think it looks really cool. The snakeskin pattern on there is really nice. I think it just, I'm not normally a limited edition pen kind of guy, but this one is really, really nice. It's very comfortable to write with, as most Aurora pens are. Big grip section. It's got a nice piston filler mechanism, which holds a decent amount of ink. We have the in-house Aurora nibs, which are threaded and have ebonite feeds. This is a really excellent everyday kind of pen. Now, in terms of cons, biggest con, of course, is the price. It's almost $900 retail, which is a lot, and that's $300 more than the standard 88. And it's kind of hard to say, oh, this is worth an extra $300 over that pen, when really it's the same pen. But it does look very cool. There is a little bit more finish work on there that's special. The blue furniture is special. So I think it's worth it, but it is not a cheap pen. Other cons, I would say that the interchangeable nibs is great, but when you have a blue nib like this, changing it to another nib kind of spoils the look of the pen. So that isn't, I never change the nib on this pen, whereas my other Aurora pens, I swap them a lot. So don't get to do that with this one just because of that special blue nib. The other thing I don't always like about Aurora pens is they have that hidden reservoir system. So when you are almost out, or when you are out of ink, you twist the knob, the piston knob, and put the plunger all the way forward, and you get an extra page of ink. Now this is nice when you really need that extra amount of ink. However, cleaning it makes this a little bit harder to clean than other piston fillers, so I don't love that. Now you can unscrew the nib and clean it that way very easily. I don't like unscrewing the nibs as much just because it's just added wear and tear. I really only want to do that when I'm changing out nibs. Other things, it does have some feedback. Now for me, I like it. It's Aurora's sort of signature feedback. But if you like a really smooth pen, even in a broad, I don't think this is a particularly smooth broad. Now, the other thing I would say is that this writes more like a medium to me than an actual broad. And so it's not there's a decent amount of wetness there. Like, it never skips, but it's not like a wet, juicy broad. So if you like a wet, juicy broad, I don't think this is it. Now, I don't have a lot of other Aurora broads to compare this to, so I don't know if it's specific to this particular pen. Let me know in the comments if you guys have Aurora broads, if they're similar to, more similar to a medium in width. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.